Okay, you amazing people. Happy Saturday. Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. You can see where I'm going this morning. Okay. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having an amazing start to your Monday. Good to see you. John Frick, good to see you, buddy. So, we're going to kick off the word for today. The word for today, we're going to have a great week. So invite everybody over to the Coach's Corner this week. But to start it off, the word is meticulous. Meticulous. How many of you, when I say the word meticulous, are you like, oh, that's me? Or you're like, I need to be more? So if you look at the definition of meticulous, it's like meticulous means showing great attention to detail, being careful, being precise in how you do something. Now, if you're like me, you went right into the judging meter of yourself, right? Now, I can get myself in some quite interesting places in life because I'm not as meticulous as I probably need to be to detail. I might be one of these ready, shoot, aim persons. And then it's like Brenda Carlton, I'm like, wait a minute, we're going the wrong direction. Let's turn around. It's like maybe you should have thought about that, Brent, before you got moving. So I came across this and I thought, if you're a person that really struggles with the details, I want to read you this. The difference between something good and something great is really hidden in the details. And so I challenge all of us, if we're the type person that struggles in the details, find you someone or a group of people that excel in the details. Like that, I don't know how else to say, like that's my nugget of the week. Okay. If you struggle in that category, then find someone that does not struggle in that category. And they're actually really good at detail because it'll save you, it'll save me a lot of heartache. I'm still learning that lesson. So, why is meticulous so important? Why is it important to have in your life? Why is it important to avoid? I got two scenarios. Important to embrace, number one, is being meticulous it can help us build trust. It can help us create excellence. It you can stand out, or I can stand out as somebody reliable when we're meticulous. The little details often separate the good from the great. And sometimes we got to slow down. I say this all the time. It's become my favorite word or phrase. We've got to slow down to speed up. Sometimes we got to slow down to speed up. I'm not going to share the story, but I see Sheila Balkowski on here yesterday or today, and yesterday I called Sheila, and she's got an amazing team. She's got an amazing thing happening in Jackson, Mississippi coming up, um, and I just had a question for her. So I was really proud of myself for slowing down to ask the question so that we could save time, right? And so she came back last night, she gave me the answer, and it was like, whoa, isn't it interesting when we actually slow down to speed up? So it's important to embrace meticulous, but it's also important to avoid, because if you don't raise any hands, is there any person that deals in excessive meticulous status where you're going too far? Like meticulous can slide into perfectionism where you get stuck. You honestly get stuck in quicksand, focusing on every tiny little detail that you never actually get to the finish line. It's like I can't launch it because it's not perfect. And it's like, well, maybe you got to launch it and then you got to make it into something perfect or perfection. So I think there needs to be a healthy balance. Like balance is the key. You got to be careful, but you can't paralyze yourself by overanalyzing. And so, Andrea, I'll turn it to you. It's your time. But this was a good word for me, probably because I struggle. I'm not as meticulous as I probably need to be on my daily walk between the different things I'm doing. So this was a good word to look at.
I don't know, Coach, because I can think of one area for certain that you are very meticulous. And do you know what I'm thinking about?
That
Your
I have
truck.
a different color shirt. It's the same shirt, but different
Oh,
colors every
well,
day. It's
that
kind of
too.
like a,
But
I was the guy, just so everybody knows, I was the guy at work that if you brought a uniform to work, I'd be like, I want that. Like I'll just take the uniform every day so I don't have to think about it. So usually my dress attire is different colors, same. I know it's a little boring, but it works for me. Okay. I'm not sure that's
I
what
was
you were
thinking
talking about.
more of your truck, right? Your truck. Like if you guys ever go on a road trip with Coach, there's probably three car washes in it. Peyton knows
I,
what I'm talking about. Like that,
yeah.
there can't be a speck of dust.
No, no, no. My son is walking the treadmill on this call this morning. He can vouch that I have the cleanest vehicle. Okay. And that's just me. It's got to be neat on the inside. Okay. It drives me nuts. Pat Ogden, you know what I'm talking about. You're that way.
Well,
Okay. All right. I'll turn it to you, Andrea.
I can probably sway to the opposite, right? Where I can be a little bit too detailed focused, a little too meticulous in some areas. I wish it was the cleanliness of my home right now because she looks like a bomb went off, but we're working on it, right? We're working on it. But sometimes we've got to find, like Coach said, we've got to find that balance in the middle. And I remember years ago, I still am going to mess up the quote, but I was working on a project with Coach. And he was like, just get it done. Done is better than perfect. Could you just finish it already? And he was very nice about it. But I was like, no, I can't finish it if it's not perfect. If I'm not meticulous on every single detail, I can't finish it. And man, doesn't that slow us down? So, what I looked into was how do we kind of balance this? How do we have a meticulous life? But we're still living it. We're not just waiting for everything to be perfect. And the quote what I found was success is the sum of small efforts repeated daily in and out with meticulous attention, right? Meticulous attention. So I'm not going to get everything right, but I can give everything or lots of things really good attention. So first of all, I've got to double check my work before I call it done. And that doesn't mean triple, quadruple, any of those things, just double, right? Maybe this would be good. I would look at my text sometimes and I think, did I even read that before I sent it? Like it was gibberish. So just double check, like just do one little time where we check it so we catch those easy mistakes. So we're not leaning into those. Next, just like Coach says, slow down but just enough to notice the small things that otherwise you might miss, right? The small things that other people might miss. Next is to be intentional with your words and your actions and don't just wing it. This is something that I I am not a winger. I don't have that in me at all. So sometimes we'll be at an event or we'll doing different things and I'll hear, you know, Coach Palmer and Todd Rowland, and they'll say, "Oh, well," and this is like maybe a football term. We're gonna pull an audible, do an audible. What is the saying, Coach?
It's audible. It's an
Uh,
audible.
okay, we're gonna have an audible. I don't know. I still don't know the word before it, but I'd be like, wait a minute, we can't change the route. Like we already know exactly what we're doing. And I'm learning to get a little bit more relaxed in that space, but I still want to be intentional with my words and my actions and try not to wing it as much as possible to be a little bit more meticulous. Next, I want to take some pride in how I present myself, in my work in my energy, in my home. Just take a little bit of pride. You know, when we walk through different spaces, we can feel it, right? I'm feeling it right now. My car that I love, and she's not as meticulous as Coach's car, but she's a pretty little thing. And she is literally, I think, in Arizona right now on the way back from California. And in the meantime, I am having to use my children's vehicles. And they're lovely little vehicles, but they might not take as much pride in their vehicles as I do. And it's driving me crazy to have to drive these cars. I'm like, oh my goodness, we're going to just. So my son had to scrub his yesterday and all of those things. So if we take pride in those little details, we can feel a little bit better when we're in that space. Next, I've got to balance it. So I've got to care about the details, but I can't let the details stop the momentum. So if the car is dirty, I still got to drive it, right? So we still got to move to the next spot. We still have to do the next thing, even if it's not perfect. And then lastly, if we want to be more meticulous, but we don't want it to freeze us, we can just ask ourselves, did I do this to the best of my ability? Right? Did I give it everything that I could give it? And if the answer is yes, guess what we get to do then? Move on. And if the answer is no, then maybe we got to give it another try. But if I did it the best I could, maybe not the best that Eric could do, right? Like he would have had it this certain way and it would have been beautiful and gorgeous and fantastic, but I did it the best that I could. Well, then that means that that's good enough and I get to move on. So, Arlene, thank you for this one today. This was a great word. And
we're all going to go wash our vehicles today. I can feel it. I can feel the coach's corner right now going, oh my gosh, I need to wash my vehicle and vacuum it out. So we've just made all the places that own car washes really happy today on the coach's corner. So thanks, Andrea, for that. And we're going to pray for you having to drive the kids' cars around. Great word though, Arlene. Guys, we love you. We're going to have an amazing Monday. Let's go out and change people's life today. Like, we love you guys. Grateful for you.
love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Great job, Fran
Thank you,
Andrea.
Mom.
Get that
Thank
car
you.
cleaned.
Thanks for your
So
constant
good.